Okay, let's talk about some offensive line here. We got some offensive line cut-ups from today. A little not Dillon Radunz, excuse me. Peter Skoronsky, JC Latham duo get off action. Some slow-mo action coming at you on your screen here on the Hot Read podcast. We spoke to Radunz yesterday, just kind of a recap on the scrum with him yesterday. He wants that. He said explicitly, I respect this. He's like, I want that starting right guard job. I'm working to get that job. I want it. He is now working at guard exclusively, which he appreciates, just being able to commit to that and learn under Bill Callahan, the guard position. He emphasized how it's nice this offseason not having to rehab his knee towards ACL in that Rams game late 2 seasons ago. Last year, dealing with the year after the ACL. Now he's the year after the ACL, which is the key year for all of these NFL athletes. And he's not had to rehab his knee all offseason, so he's much bigger. He feels much stronger. He says he's put on about 10 pounds. He looks it. We've talked about that. And he says he feels much stronger. Now, on the topic of JC Latham, who was at the podium today, this first clip was him crashing Brian Callahan's press availability, asking a question as a reporter, doing our jobs for us, asking about a potential trick play that may be coming his way this year. Let's evaluate the reaction from Brian Callahan. Do some psychoanalysis here.
Potentially with your, brand new drafted rookie, run like a tackle screen, utilize his speed and space, ability and space.
Do you want to give everything away now? Thanks, JC.
Okay, play it again though, because look at Brian Callahan's face. He is at most 85% joking. This is a man that there's a 10 to 15% part of him. He's like, JC, shut up, stop talking. You can see it, you could feel it in the way that he responds. You could feel it in the room. You hear in the background at one point Buck Rising. You're gonna hear him go, oh, there's something to this. This is not a bit that they are doing. Let's play that video one more time.
Potentially with your, brand new drafted rookie, run like a tackle screen, utilize his speed and space, ability and space.
Do you want to give everything away now?
No, play this last part. Thanks,
JC.
Thanks, JC. Yeah. So just go ahead and everybody mentally bookmark this, because on November 12th, they're going to try it and it may or may not work. And you're going to reference back. We were warned. They told us this was going to happen with their body language. He then Latham later, I don't have the clip of it, but he came back to the podium when it was his time to speak. And he was like, guys, I was joking. That was comedy on my part.
For legal reasons.
Bit of a comedian myself.
This is a joke.
For legal reasons, I could not have been more kidding about this. But he was essentially saying, we will not run this play this year. Now, he wants it. And he was even giving his new teammate, Devondre Sweat, crap. We were like, Devondre scored a touchdown in college. And he was like, yeah, well, anybody could have scored that touchdown. That was easy. I do the cool things. And he talked about how in high school, he scored a tackle leak, tight end leak situation touchdown that he thinks was of much higher difficulty. Now to some actual lines of questioning here. I asked JC about what we've heard from his coaches. I think we first heard about it on one of the Bussin' episodes a couple of weeks ago. And then this week we heard it from yesterday, Nick Holtz talking about how they've kind of been having to drag JC Latham off the practice field at times. It's like, this dude's out there working by himself at 3 p.m. We wrapped practice hours ago. It's about to rain. Get this dude off the field. Rand Carthen looking out from his office window saying, what is my first round tackle doing? Get him stop. Get him. He's unsupervised. He's going to hurt himself. He's out there practicing by himself because he's just about that grind, apparently. And I'm like, JC, tell us about this work ethic. How long you've been working like this? He gave an awesome answer. Here's what he had to say.
I think I was in 10th grade or 11th grade when they moved me from right to left. And it was not right to left. When they moved from D-line to O-line, and I was a top 10 defensive player in the country, but we just lost 3 linemen to a crazy incident. 2 of them tore their ACL, 1 MCL playing basketball. It was insane. So they moved me and Tyler Booker to play tackle. We were D linemen, 2 top D linemen in our class at the time. I like to compete and I like to win, but obviously I'm playing a whole different position I've never played before at IMG at a high level. So, I'm talking to the coach and I'm just working with him every single day after practice. And then conveniently, I'm watching a video on Kobe Bryant, and he's just expressing the fact that, he felt like he kind of arrived in basketball a little bit later. But if, he worked twice or worked out twice a day, then by a year span, he'd get better 2 years worth of work in 1 year span. And then, that's what he said he did. So in 5 years of being in the NBA, he'd have 10 years of work. So I just kind of took that to heart. If I did my work on my own, then outside of the practice, I'll get better twice as fast. So since I was in high school, that's something that I've always kind of adopted to always do. Did it in high school, Alabama, and out here. So.
Man, get you a tackle with a little Mamba mentality. I love that. I eat that up. I think that, and this is not new. This dude has everything between the ears that you want, not just in a tackle, not just in a lineman, in any player on your team. But to have such an important position now be manned by a guy that if he fails, it is going to be because of injury or physical shortcomings. It is not going to be because he does not work for it. It is not going to be because he does not have the right mindset, that he is afraid to grind, that he is afraid to put in all the work necessary to make it happen. If he fails, it's not going to be for lack of trying. That's what JC Latham is. It's super, super clear that's the kind of person he is. He's demonstrating it not just in the way that he's talking or the way that his coaches are talking about him, but literally in his actions. His actions are speaking louder than the words here. The dude is out there practicing all the time. He is constantly working on getting better. He is impressing his coaches and teammates at every turn. I don't know how you can be any happier with this guy in spring, in early summer. We need the pads to come on. We need to see him do the thing. But so far, it is A+++ returns on JC Latham.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about all the time, your offensive tackles not having aura. That's how you know they're good. Well, what about an offensive tackle who with massive aura? It seems like that's what JC
You have to be one or the other. You have to be like Taylor Lewan level of aura, which, he's not Taylor Lewan like Taylor is, not that personality or anything, but like massive levels of aura or no aura. And I think him and Joe Alt are opposite ends. Like Joe Alt, no aura, saltine cracker of a man who I mean that in the most loving way possible. But you got a dude when that's just your meat and potatoes guy, corn-fed son of a gun playing left tackle.
Like
Alternatively,
Peter Skoronski is like a left
1,000%. Yes.
No aura.
No, the Titans' left side, there's enough aura for two people in one guy and no aura in the other guy. That's the way that they're going to operate. And I think it's a good pairing. So that is awesome from him. One more clip from JC Latham. We asked him about his new teammate, Devondre Sweat, who's not been out there. Asked him about, hey, have you spoken to him? What's the frustration level like? Do you sympathize with him? Here's what he had to say.
Tonight, yeah, I mean, there's obviously a level of frustration. We're all competitors. We all want to showcase what we are and what we can do. But we just talked about just being patient, doing what you have to do, and just letting it hit naturally. You don't want to force something, force yourself to come back and end up injuring it more. So yeah, we talk and try to every weekend I try to hold something at my house or somebody else is doing something. We all try to go out together and just build that chemistry off the field as a group, just as a group, a team. So we're always there for one another. So, but yeah, I think he'll be pretty good.
Glorious Sports in the comments saying Skoronski is negative aura. They cancel each other out. That's what it is. Skoronski's a negative 100 aura boost. Latham is a plus 100 aura boost. Ultimately, the Titans' left side of the line, 0 aura, just the way that the Lord intended it. Okay. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for that.
Want more of the latest from the Hot Read podcast? Subscribe to the channel right below.
And follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram @HotReadPod for even more segments, clips, and announcements.